Hey guys, it's Connie here from Say It With Simplicity, and I'm here in Design Bundles, and I'm at my Design Bundles dashboard, and I'm going to be sharing with you a design that I printed from Cricut Design Space and sublimated onto a mug that I'm going to also be sharing with you. And I really like Design Bundles a lot and use it quite a bit. And you can see up here that you can get different free designs and resources. So it's something that you can take a look at. I have the Plus membership, so I get some credits for the Plus membership. And with my Plus membership, I was able to get the design that I found for my mug. So let's go ahead and let's type in mug sublimation snowman face. And here's the design that I found. And if you go here, it'll show you just the ones that are the mug wraps or the mug sublimation designs that are in that Plus membership. And so this one was in the Plus membership, and you can see that I purchased it already. But the neat thing is, if I need to download it again, I can. This one comes with a 12-ounce and a 15-ounce size wrap, and you can see how many people have given this a little, added it to their favorites. And you can see, yes, I can download this again if I need to. And I'll share the link to this product in the description box of my video. But this is just a really cute little design, and you have the little glitter drips up above. And so I just thought I'd share where I got this design from. So let's go here to Cricut Design Space, and I'll show you how to do this and share a few tips and tricks that I learned with doing designs like this in Cricut Design Space. So I'm going to go to Projects, and let's search for mug. And you can go down here and you can go to your basic mug design setup. And it shows that there's 15 different sizes. And I'm going to select for this my 12-ounce small straight edge mug blank. And I'm going to click on Customize. And I was already working on a project, so I'm going to click Replace. And you can see that brings up my mug wrap that can be used with infusible ink. And so let's go ahead, and I'm going to hide that outer mug wrap, and I'm going to hide these alignment marks because I don't really need them for this. I'm going to change my rectangle here to white. And you'll see why I do that. I don't want this to print out in blue. But I'm going to be doing a full mug wrap with my design, and I want to cut it out with my maker. And so I'm going to grab my little snowman face, and I'm going to add it to my canvas. Now this was a PNG, and so it's going to come in here quite large. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to set my width to 8.75. And that's going to be the same width as my rectangle is here. All right. Now let's ignore that for just a minute. So Cricut likes to use SVG files, and it likes to have cut lines for things. So let's take a look at what would happen if I sent this to cut like this. So we can kind of explore this a little bit by using our offset button, and you can see that it wants to create cut lines around everything in this image. And I don't want that to happen when I go to make it, okay? Okay, so just to be clear, you don't need to add an offset to these images, but I just wanted to share with you that even though this was a PNG upload, that Design Space treats this like an SVG in that it wants to put a cut line around the edges of these images. So if you sent this to cut, it would put a cut line around the images, or each part of the image. So I hope that makes sense. I'm not really adding an offset, but I'm just sharing with you how that would work in Design Space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here and I'm going to turn on my rectangle. And I'm going to select all of this, and I'm going to align this to the top, and I'm going to align this center horizontally. And now you could probably attach this, but I think you're still going to run into the same problem that you would, where it's going to want to cut out everything. So I'm going to flatten. And when I flatten, that gives me this, that's all one image. So let's try that offset again. And look, it's just going to offset around the part that's the rectangle. So now when I flattened this, I made it all into one solid image, this whole rectangle and the face and everything. So now when I go to make it, it's going to be a lot different. And when I cut this on my mat, it's going to just cut out that outline that goes around here. And one of the reasons I wanted to cut that on the mat is because I wanted to have a nice clean edge here so that I could line it up to the top of my mug easily. So let's hit continue. So now we're here and we're ready to send our design to the printer. Now I can add my bleed. I want the bleed on, and then my blade will cut just inside that bleed area, and there won't be like white space around it. And I want to print from my system dialog. And so now if I go to print, and this is really important because if you are familiar with sublimation, you already have your preferences set up, and I have like this is normal designs mirrored, and then I would check that, and this is why I don't mirror it in the dialog box going into the print settings. And I would click OK, and normally I'd click print, but I'm going to cancel out of here because I already did this. Then when I go to cut my design after it's printed, I'm going to cut it on the heavy cardstock setting. That seemed to work well for the sublimation paper. And so then I would load that into my maker and go ahead and cut that. And it would give me my full mug wrap that's mirrored and ready to go on my mug, and then I could put it into my mug press and press it. So I hope this was helpful to you. This is a good option for a design like this where you have a white bottom edge and you have the colored top edge, and you want to do that full mug wrap. You could certainly cut that with a paper trimmer, but I thought that this way worked out really well. And let's take a look at that adorable mug one more time.